Hello and welcome to Mom Life Rewritten, where we are unlearning the burnout and rewriting the story about what mom life should be like. I am Sally Bisbee, certified life coach, professional organizer, and custom crafter, mom of three, 22, 9, and 6, and just a mom with a passion for helping other moms truly live their best life, cliche or not. It is my passion, what I want to help you. And today I want to talk about why you are always exhausted and just some easy fixes. If you are a mom who's constantly exhausted physically, mentally, emotionally, then this episode is for you. It's not your fault. It is all of the stuff that mom life entails. I want to just talk about why, as moms, we are constantly running around on empty, and I just want to share three powerful shifts, things that have helped me, shifts and routines that have helped me stop living in survival mode and really just love my life and, be able to end my days not feeling exhausted. Really just, I don't know what I say, like take back control of my life. And so, obviously we know as a mom, mom life is a lot. We don't get a lot of sleep. We are constantly overstimulated. Um, and so I just want to talk a little bit about, some of the reasons we're exhausted, right? The mental load, the constant mental load. I always laugh. Like I just look at my husband who comes home from work and sits on the couch. And I just think like all he has to think about is when do I get to go fishing next and what do I have to do for work tomorrow? Well, as my mind is like, what sports registration is coming up? When do the kids need their next doctor's appointment for their well visit? What do we have going on tomorrow? Where are the kids going tomorrow? Do they have a, camp this week? Do they have a play date? Um, you know, what am I going to make for dinner? Oh, did I do laundry? Like all the things. Along with mental load is just decision fatigue, right? Like those memes you see, moms at any given time have 1,942 tabs open in their brain, like constantly, all the time, all the time. And then just that invisible pressure, right? To do it all. I think yeah, I was on a podcast a couple days ago and she asked something about Instagram and do I feel like Instagram adds to the pressures we have as moms and the guilt we have. And I was like, 100%. I think Instagram is great for a lot of things, but I think we, see people having these perfect little Instagram lives and they have it all together. And why don't I have it all together? And we realize that that is a, 10-second window into somebody's life that they curated and put out there. And we need to remember that life isn't perfect and life is hard and it doesn't have to be hard, but mom life is a lot, really. Like it just is a lot. I love my kids, but at the moment, my two younger kids have play dates over. I asked them, like, I just need 15 minutes to record this. And they are being crazy loud. So I had to go talk to them about, just being quiet for just 15 minutes while I put this together. And, it's just a lot. It's a lot all the time. And so, I think that mom life is just a lot of overstimulation and a lot of under support that we just, I think we should be able to do it all by ourselves, but we don't really know how to do it all by ourselves and we shouldn't do it all by ourselves at all. And I think too as moms, we live in this world where like you're supposed to just be able to do it all, right? You're supposed to, be able to raise the kids. You're supposed to work and have a fulfilling career, but keep a great house and somehow take time for yourself. And I just think that a lot of that is unrealistic. But also, there are ways to make that realistic. It just takes some intentional changes in your life. And so I really wanted to share with you what I did in my own life to really rewrite my story on mom life. As a mom of three, I've been a mom for a really long time. My oldest is 22. Um, but by the time I had my third, it was shortly after I had my third, where like life got to be a lot. And that was when I was like, I have many years ahead of these kids being home with me, and I have to figure out what works for me. I think that is my biggest thing that I'm like, you know what works for somebody else might work for them, but I need to know what works for me. And so I'm going to share what works for me in hopes that maybe you can take some nuggets out of it and it'll work for you. So, number one of the first shifts is I stopped trying to do it all myself. I always laugh and uh one of the common things I say is there is no award for being super mom. There really isn't. Like, sure, do your kids see you doing all the things? Yes. Do they love you for the things they do? Yes. Does it make you a better mom because you do everything by yourself and you don't ask for help? No, it doesn't. And so, one of the things I've learned in my old age, clearly I'm not super old, I'm 44, I don't mind saying that, but I think I always tell people turning 40 was like a big life change for me of like, okay, like I want to be a healthy old person. I don't want to be stressed anymore. All these things. So asking for help. I really got my husband involved. I really started working on communication with my husband and telling him my needs a little bit more and really working on the fact that this is our family and our house, and it is not all my responsibility to do all the things. Now, he never put that pressure on me, but I just did things, and he knows I'm super type A and I like things done a certain way, and he just let me do them because I was. And so I really started asking for help. I had some deep heart to hearts with him and just said, I really need you to help more. I work full time. I run three businesses. He also works full time. I happen to run three businesses while also being home with my kids. And so, we have those talks every once in a while. Like, if you want to talk apples to apples of whose is harder, I'm going to win most days because not only am I working and running my three businesses, I also am raising children while I'm working. And so anyways, simple things that I started handing off. He does the dishes all the time from start to end. He loads the dishwasher, cleans up after dinner, loads the dishwasher. In the morning, he unloads the dishwasher, puts it away. I do all the laundry still. No, not folds. I do all the laundry, wash, dry, fold. He puts it all away. Big thing off my plate. He vacuums the house every Sunday. We both clean up. We're both really good about cleaning up. We do our 5-minute cleanup at the end of the day, which we'll talk about in a minute. But just a lot of things also like taking time for myself. And, I always say my husband is an avid outdoorsman. He fishes, he hunts, he plays poker, he does all sorts of things. He has all sorts of life outside of our immediate family, which is awesome. It is actually why I fell in love with him. I love that about him. I'm super independent. I wanted somebody that was also independent, but I always laugh like, believe me, he doesn't feel guilty for 1 second when he goes and does those things. And so it's really been a mindset to me of like, why do I feel guilty when I go have dinner with girlfriends or go take time away from my kids? I need that. I come back as a better mom, feeling more refreshed, having that break. So take the time for yourself. Stop trying to do it all alone. Ask for help. The second thing is I built a lot of simple systems that really gave me my time back. My morning and evening resets. I'm going to drop the link to the freebie in the show notes. Go grab it if you haven't already. But it's just a printable checklist that you can print with the days of the week and then the 5 things I do every morning and the 5 things I do every night to keep my house running smoothly. There are things that I do. We clean up our house every single night. Our house is always clean, so it's really like I understand that not everybody comes from a house that is already picked up all the time, and sometimes you got to work to get back to that baseline. But even if your house isn't, if it's a mess all the time, right? Even if you just do a cleanup at night, get the dishes out of the sink and into the dishwasher and run the dishwasher. Pick up what you use that day and put it back into the bedrooms or wherever it belongs. Um, just a simple cleanup so that the next day you aren't starting even more behind. You're on top of things a little bit. One load of laundry every day. I know I talk about it. It's not glamorous by any means, but it is I don't do laundry on weekends, barely ever, because I just keep up with it. Sometimes I'll do one load just to stay on top of it, but I do laundry every day, start to finish, so that I don't ever get behind and have to spend my weekends doing that. Other simple systems I do Towel Tuesday. I used to do Wednesday and I finally switched to Tuesday, but every Tuesday I wake up and I just think, okay, what day is it? It's Tuesday. I'm like, oh, that's right. I got to wash towels. I do sheets on Monday. I just know that when I wake up on Monday, it's sheet day and I need to wash them. And then it just takes some of that mind workout. I also do a Sunday reset. I have a free thing on that. I'll drop that in the show notes too. Just a little bit about how I plan for my week ahead, really like looking over my schedule, meal planning, simple meal planning. Meal planning is a big thing that gets talked about a lot with moms when I ask, what are things you struggle with? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I literally today, I took out chicken this morning from the freezer, put it on the counter on a plate to let it thaw. And tonight we will have something with chicken. I don't know what, but it'll be simple. We usually do some sort of meat and a veggie and keep it simple. Um, so, not big overdone meals, just keep it simple for this stage in your life. And then the third shift that I really made when I was just really working on rewriting my story as a mom is making myself a priority again. Um, for I was a single mom for a long time, for 11 years. I met my husband when my daughter was just right before she turned 8, and then we got married when she turned 11, when she was 11. Um, and so making myself a priority during that time wasn't really a super reality, but it also wasn't crazy hard because I just had one kid. It was just me and her, and we got along great, and I loved her, and she was my little sidekick. But adding a few more kids into the mix, and husband, and all those things, and we're a family of 5 now, and it just is a lot more. Making myself a priority has been a really big thing, and I know it's hard, but just start small. Take 5 minutes each day completely to yourself. Find what it is that you love. Maybe it's sitting outside reading a book. Maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's grabbing a dinner with a girlfriend. Like, do something that is good for you, that makes you feel better, that re-energizes you and reminds you who you are outside of being a mom. And so I think it's just important. Like, look at life, right? When we're exhausted, it's looking at a few things. What is causing my exhaustion? You've probably heard me talk, if you follow me at all, about my Operation Happy. When I was going through my very overwhelmed, crazy, didn't feel like myself stage, I did two things. I did Operation Happy, where I made a list of all the things that make me happy outside of being a mom. And I also made a list of all the things that were stressing me out and causing me overwhelm and to be burnt out and all those things. And I started integrating more of the happy things into my life and started unintegrating more of the things that stressed me out. Obviously, things like laundry and dishes and keeping the house is always going to be there, which is where those simple systems and routines come in handy. But getting rid of any unnecessary stress, lightening your load, ask for help, um, just anything that can just make your life easier, getting rid of commitments and scheduled things that don't benefit you. And so I just, want to remind you that you were not meant to do mom life alone. Ask for help, get your husband involved, find your village, find friends, create that life that you really love. Life is too short to be anything but happy. I will preach that forever. Like, I think that everyone deserves to be happy and truly love their life and not put their own needs on the back burner until their kids grow up. Um, and as a reminder, uh, if you want some support, I am here. I have all sorts of things. I have a Mom Life audit, which is a self-paced uh, document that you go through and answer questions, send it back to me, and I respond with a video message to just talk about your responses and little areas that I could see of little changes you can make in your life that would really just help life run smoother, be less stressful, all those things. I offer the Simplify Voxer experience, which is Voxer coaching, which is a voice messaging app where you can send message back and forth to me, and we work through a 30-day plan of really just helping get your life in order so that you have some support next to you and permission to take care of yourself and create those systems and routines and just easy things like that. And then I also offer my 6-week coaching package where we meet once a week virtually for 6 weeks and just really work together. I always tell people, look at me as like a mom mentor, somebody who's been there, done that, been through it all, and really figured out how to make my life like run smoothly. I always tell people, I have 3 businesses, 3 kids, a husband, a very active life, and I have time for myself every day. Do I get everything done I want to do every day? I do not. Like, I won't lie to you and say I know how to do everything in one day. I don't, but I know how to prioritize the things that matter. And my passion is just to help other moms do the same thing. So I am here. Hop down into the show notes and grab some of those free resources I talked about. Um, Follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Simply Sally Coaching and reply to this, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, share with a friend, and I look forward to seeing you next time.